for children. I play Collins Brown, illustrated by Ashley Sitzman, and read by Mary Ann Raymond.
It is a bright, sunny morning. The water is sparkling, and a raft of otters are very excited. There is a new baby otter, Josh. Alex the otter swims over to the new baby's mother and says, "He's a cute little guy. What is his name?" "His name is Josh," says Claire. "I like that name. Can he come play with my buddy Austin and me?" asks Alex. "It will be a while, because he must first learn to float. This will help him become a really good swimmer. Then he will be able to play with you and Austin." "Everyone should learn to float," says Josh's mother. "Why?" asks Alex. "When we get too tired or the waters are too rough to swim, we can roll on our backs, look up at the sky, relax, and float." One of the very first things otters teach their babies is how to float. This keeps them safe in the water. "I don't remember learning to float," says Alex. "That is because you were taught at a very young age," says Claire. "Was it hard for me to learn?" asks Alex. "Actually, you learned quite quickly. And until you learned, you were always with an adult. You practiced a lot while being held and supported," says Claire. "Soon you were floating on your own, but someone was always by your side. You should never, ever float or swim by yourself. Even when you're a good swimmer, make sure an adult is close by, and you should always swim with a buddy." "Austin and I always swim together," answered Alex. "Can we be Josh's swimming buddies?" "That would be very nice. Thank you for asking," replies Claire. Alex hears his mother, Nicole, calling. "Alex, come here. It's time for dinner." "Can I bring Austin by later to see Josh?" asks Alex. "Sure," says Josh's mother. "You are always welcome here." Alex swims off. "See you later," he says. "See you later," says Claire. Here comes Alex and Austin. "Hi, Claire." "Hello, boys," says Claire. "You are right, Alex. He is a cute little guy." "Oh, no, not yet," answers Claire. "Josh is finishing his floating lessons. Would you boys like to help me with Josh?" "That would be great," says Alex. "I'm getting ready to let Josh float on his own. Can the two of you float by his side and hold his paws?" asks Josh's mother. "Sure," says Alex. Austin seems a little scared. "It's okay, Austin. I will be right here with the three of you the whole time," assures Claire. Claire slowly floats away from Josh while Alex and Austin hold his paws so he won't float away. "Yay!" says Alex. "He's floating by himself," yells Austin. "Now that he is floating, he can start learning to swim," says Claire. "Would you boys like to help me with his swimming lessons too?" "Oh, yes," they say excitedly. "We can begin tomorrow. Be here bright and early in the morning, and we will get started." Alex and Austin are very excited and swim off to tell their parents. "See you in the morning," says Austin. "Thanks, Claire," says Alex. "You're welcome, boys. tomorrow.
Even though they do not remember learning, Alex and Austin have been reminded how important it is to try new things. Floating is the first thing you should learn if you want to be in the water. With a few lessons and a little time, you too can learn to float like Josh. Remember to always stay away from water unless you are with an adult. We all want you to be safe, just like Josh. Float early, float first, float for life.
Say the pledge. Repeat after me. Raise your hand. I promise to be a good son or daughter. I promise to get an adult when I go near the water. This will keep me safe, like Josh the baby otter. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to call him forward. Learn to float, learn to float, learn to float. Remember? Okay.
If you're a good son or daughter, be safe when you are in the water. You can be like Josh, the otter, learn to float, learn to float.
Okay, this is your line. Come on. When we say your line, learn to float, okay? Learn to float. Come on, everybody. Learn to float. Learn to float. Come on, everybody. Learn to float. 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 So, what's our lesson today, everybody? Hey, now, did you all like Josh? Well, each of you are going to get a sticker with Josh the baby otter's picture on it, and it will say "Learn to Float." And you all know what a web address is, right? That's where you can go on the computer and you can get your own copy of the whole book on your very own computer at your house. Okay? Well, then you'll have to listen to it when it comes here to your schools. Your teacher will play this for you throughout the school year. You'll get your own coloring book, and you will learn to float, right?